Hello, hello, my friends, and welcome to the next video in the I Just Did a Thing series, where I show you how to tap into your creativity so that you never run out of content ideas again. I'm Penny, the developer of the Create Your Business monthly content development program, and I'm your guide through this process, teaching you about the science of why tapping into your creativity can help you build your business online. If you'd like to learn more about creativity and marketing plans with your content, I'd love to see you subscribe to this channel because it's more than just understanding how to create better content. It's about understanding that success with your business isn't going to happen to you. It's going to happen because of you. So let's jump right in here. This is the last chapter of the I Just Did a Thing book that I have written. And if you have made it to this video, it can only mean one thing. You're ready to do something different, ready to think differently, and you've become more aware of the things that you're going to be able to do to make that big pivot in your content marketing. Now, if you've just stumbled across this video and you haven't heard any of them, hit that pause button and then go back to the beginning of the Create Your Business YouTube channel, and you will actually see, when you look at the titles of the videos, you'll actually see them listed first, second, third, fourth, and so on and so forth. So that way you can start at the beginning and not just land yourself into this space here at the end. Sorry about that. Excuse me. So, if you have listened to all of the videos and you found yourself at the end, let's jump right into it. Because if you are here at this place, if you are here at this time, it is time to put your phone down. It is time to unplug from your computer. And it is time to start taking action, to find more time in your world so that you can be happy with the work that you're doing. And for you to do that, let me share with you some of the things that we reviewed throughout the book that are going to be really, really important for you to keep moving forward and to grow your business online. The first thing I want to say is I want you to spend more time paying attention to when your thoughts create a physical reaction in your body. At the very beginning of the video series that I talked about with the book, I shared with you about what's happening in your emotional brain, that you've trained your body for the good feeling peptides, or have you been in a position where you've craved more of those anxious, stressful peptides? Remember, the body does not know the difference between good feelings and the bad ones. So what I want you to make sure that you do is notice when your body is telling you that something is off, so you can adjust your thoughts, so you can send a bigger rush of joyful thoughts into your body. The second thing I want you to start doing, or to remind you to do, is to start thinking big and to dig into your imagination. I want you to challenge your preconceived notions about how something is supposed to look, see, or even feel. Open your mind to the silly and out-of-box ideas by starting your internal conversations with phrases like, what if, and how could I, and how might we? By asking these simple questions, you can see a full range of opportunities available to you. So start thinking big and spend some time in your imagination. The third thing that I want you to do is I want you to tap into the creative insight process that we've been talking about all these weeks. How can you add creative energy into your week? You get bonus points if you've been finding time to bring creative ideas into your day. Like maybe you're taking a walk in a different direction around the neighborhood. Maybe you found something that actually brings you joy, that you get to do this on the weekend, that you plan for it, and you spend time in that creative energy, and during those times you're actually creating new habits in your life, or you're replacing those autopilot actions into something that's going to bring you more opportunities to feel good, more opportunities to brainstorm your content, more opportunities for you to actually find yourself in such a good place that your marketing is something that makes you excited and something that you want to keep doing. The next thing that I want you to think about, step number 4, is roll up your sleeves and get ready to make a mess. Because when you feel yourself getting stuck, and that's with your content marketing, your business, your life, go back through those creative problem solving steps that I talked about when you start you are asking those open-ended questions where you suspend your judgment about the ideas that come up, and then adding that improv technique instead of using the word but and trying to counter everything that you're doing, saying yes and that was a good video, and I'll make sure that I put all of those down in the link below to make sure that you have access to every single one of them so that you can go back. So even if you have made it all the way through, I'm going to put the links in the show notes below, so that way you can be sure to go and re-listen to it again if there's a piece or a part that you want to hear over again. Because this is the things that you're going to need when you land on your next path to keep you moving forward. Okay, the next thing that I want you to know about, step, action, whatever words you want to use, is this whole process, this whole creative insight process, this whole problem solving process, this whole content development, brainstorming, implementing, taking action thing that I keep talking about. It works when you work it. So when you build up your creative muscles by putting a plan in place to be consistent with this process, I want you to accept that there's going to be days when you're just not all into it, but I want you to do it anyway. Because the more you are with being consistent, living in your creative energy, the more you're going to retrain your body, your brain, everything of that what you're doing, to spend more time in that space where you're going to be open to new opportunities. And you're going to know when you've hit that place, when your body craves actually being creative more than it wants to spend time living in a place of anxiety and worry and stress. You'll start to feel it. I can assure you that. I have actually gone through this process myself physically. And now I can't say that I'm completely 100% anxiety free, but I sure can tell when it is coming. I know what it is, and I know what to do about it. And so instead of letting myself sit there and stew in all of these horrible thoughts and what, oh my goodness, and oh wow, and 4 little words, coming out of my mouth, I know what to do. I know that I have built up my creative muscles, and I have put a plan in place. So if I find myself falling off of that plan, it makes it so much easier to get back on. And the last thing that I want to share with you when it comes to these steps and actions is number 6. Accept that you're going to get uncomfortable. You actually may feel physically discomfort when you start to disrupt your patterns and you move off of autopilot. Don't let your brain make excuses for you to stop. Remember, this feeling is only temporary until your choices and thoughts become a new habit. Practice looking for ways that you can create a positive trigger to help you stay focused on your goals and what you're going to keep working on. So I want to talk a little bit about getting closer to your goals. I want to touch on this just a bit. And I want to pull in, I just want to pull this all together. So let's talk about goals. And I get it. Some days it feels like hours just fly by. And you ask yourself, what just happened? Did I get anything done today to keep me moving towards my goals? Was I even being productive? I admit it. I've had days when my answer to those questions was no. And that kind of sucks. I know it happens to all of us. And then we justify the day by telling ourselves, not every day can be a winner. Hey, I showed up and turned on my laptop, right? Well, yeah, you did. But is that getting you any closer to your goals? Is this going to help you make a big pivot in your content marketing? Is it going to help you reach more clients and customers online? Probably not. And trust me when I say this. I know this game. I know this game we play all too well. because I played it with all of the grace and style of someone who found herself stuck in the same place year after year after year. I would do my year in review and wonder how I started January being so proactive with so much enthusiasm and end it in December feeling like I'm just reacting to what was going on outside of me. But see, here's the thing. Your year end review isn't going to be a wrap up of what you've done to react to what's going on around you. It's going to be different for you when you do this process. Because when you do the work of adding this content development process into your business, this will be the time that you're going to find yourself finally making that big leap. So I want you to make a commitment to yourself that things are going to change. And when you hit December this year, or the end of your fiscal year, whenever that may be, you're not going to be scratching your head wondering what just happened. Because now you know what you need to do to make things happen. And you've learned one big thing. If there's anything you've learned as you've listened to these videos, it's this one big thing that I want you to take away with you. We all have the same 24 hours in a day. It's how we choose to use them. That's what makes the difference. So how are you going to choose to show up and make a difference in your life, in your business, in your content marketing, and what you're sharing online with your marketing messages? You already have all those answers inside of you about how to show up and really, really make that change that you've been thinking about. You just needed the creative tools to help you move your ideas from just swirling around in your head to developing a plan with action steps to help you show up in your new life. Before I started doing all of this process that I was sharing with you throughout all of these videos, I was living in a space where I was constantly responding to what was happening outside of me. I had my plans, I had my strategy to build my business, I had my list of all my goals I wanted to achieve. But what would happen? Somewhere along the way, somewhere throughout the year, I always got off track. I would spend way too much time in my head thinking about, oh, I can't do that. Or, sure, they want me to do this, and I don't even understand how I'm supposed to do this. So many excuses, so many things that I was doing and thinking and living and feeling. But quite honestly, because most of the reasons that we don't push through to the next level is because we get caught up into these negative thoughts swirling around in our head. I know I did. I had one at the end of the year, I actually did a marketing audit with myself as if I was a client. I got up in my own face and started asking myself questions. You said you were going to do this. You said you were going to work on this. You said you were going to do this. What happened? What happened? What happened? And I would say to myself, I don't know is not an answer. What's the answer? And there was so much negativity in my head. What, I can't do this, and how am I supposed to do this? And I don't feel comfortable doing this. And all of those things were just swirling around in my head. And I just confronted it and asked myself, well, what can we do? If these are the excuses, how do we get around this? Because the thing is, you stop this progress because somehow you've convinced yourself that this thing that you want is just not possible. You create these constraints related to your budget or time or whatever the skills you think you need to make it happen. Trust me, I'm telling you this. I speak from personal experience because I have spent a lot of years convincing myself that this was just the way that it's got to be. This is just me. This is my personality. This is the way things are. But they're not. That was me going into my comfort box. That was me slipping into the space of allowing the excuses and the constraints hold me back. But I did learn, and I have learned, and I have consistently been learning that when you work through this process, when you spend more time in that creative right side part of your brain, the constraints that you put on yourself are going to start to fall away. I learned to create what I wanted for my business, and it actually spilled over in my personal life because I needed to stop what I had always done and do something to help me think differently. I shared with you guys before at the very beginning of the video series, and it's worth repeating again. The year 2020 gave me the time to take a deep pause. That was when COVID hit, and everything changed in my business. Everything changed in the world, as a matter of fact. It wasn't just me. Everybody was dealing with this. The changes in our business, the changes in our life, the changes in our worlds around us. In 2020, I was able to take a look at the work I was doing to actually build my business. Everything changed for me when I realized that I wasn't going to be finding success because of the perfect to-do list, or if I was using the right social media app. Because, as I said to you before at the very beginning of this video, and I will repeat it again, success wasn't going to happen to me. It was going to happen because of me. And now I spend time using my right brain thinking to put me in a place where I can come up with unique solutions to turn my ideas and help me turn my business into an income-producing business. So if you're really ready to make a change and see how this process can apply to your small business, your marketing plans, or even your life for that matter, I would invite you to come visit my website for more resources, tools, and to try out the Create Your Business subscription box program for content development. The link is below, so you can click on that so you can get to my website. And you'll learn more about the interactive workbooks that have the creative exercise. You'll learn about the creative tools that get delivered to your doorstep. And you'll learn about how to develop your marketing strategy to reach more qualified customers online. So if you're ready to do this, click on any of those links below. You will see the Create Your Business program down below, where you can start developing marketing messages to build your business. And you'll also see the link down below that if you want to get a copy of your own book. So if you're ready to do this, let me sum this up by saying a few more words, a few more things, a few more thoughts. I realize that no one is immune from experiencing any kind of adversity. That's just the nature of what it's like to be human in this world. What really counts is how you decide to manage your choices. I've given you a new pathway to find your way through. I have given you tools to move past your fear and to shift your thoughts into a different place. I have shown you a way that you can ride the wave, or you can make a hard turn into another direction. So as you continue on your journey, I want you to believe that your big goals will come true. Once you genuinely believe in all that the beauty that you are, your true path will reveal itself. To quote author Henry Miller, "The moment one gives close attention to anything, even a blade of grass, it becomes a mysterious, awesome, indescribably magnificent world in itself." And you are magnificent, my friend. You are meant to see your dreams come true. And let me be the first to say, I'm proud of you. Until next time, thank you.